Hey, I know y'all miss me. You know who it is. King Darius with No Approval Podcast. Your favorite voice in Charlotte, North Carolina. Matter of fact, let me change that up. Your favorite voice in North Carolina. And I got the whole entire squad with me once again, the No Approval team. And you know I got my co-host, Just Jared. What's up with you, man?
What it do? What it do?
You good, man?
Man, I'm feeling good. It's been like, a little week hiatus since we've been in the building. So,
right.
I was itching to get in here. So I'm feeling good, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
How was the Valentine's Day weekend?
You know what? I'm not going to touch on that.
Okay, we don't have to do that.
I'm not going to touch on that. We had a whole discussion about that. I'm going to leave that in the past.
All right.
We pushing forward, and we got the ladies back in the building with us today.
What up?
That's right. Hey, y'all.
It's so pretty, Tay. I already know what it is with me when I'm in the building.
Oh,
Yeah. You already know since it's past Valentine's Day, Sugar Lump _ Candy Kisses.
it's still sugar lumping.
Still Sugar Lump. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get right into this show because this is a good, a long-winded show, but it will keep you entertained from start to finish. And we're going to name this show Fresh Off the Press.
All right. Fresh off the press.
So before we get into, these heated discussions, debates, or whatever you want to call it, we're going to call this a come to Jesus in the middle situation. We got a lot of topics to talk about, and we're going to start off with the first one because we ain't discussed this before we got on the mic.
What are we kicking it off with?
Oh man, let's this is gonna be a very strong opinionated, topic. The Lori Harvey, we call it situation.
Okay.
I mean, because she does a lot of situational shifts around here.
Yeah, it's a little tough with that.
A little tough with that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the, just Jared. Last week was very disrespectful.
It was. But I mean, I just think, man, I can't get started.
We gotta go. We gotta have to let the ladies. We're gonna ladies.
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off.
Yeah, kick it off.
Listen, I think that Lori Harvey is supposed to look a certain way already, opposed to who her parents are. So with her in the dating scene, it looks a certain way. It does. In my eyes, she's young enough to date. You know what I mean? She's young enough to date. She's not doing anything wrong. She doesn't have kids. She doesn't have baby fathers.
I mean,
And for men, for men, y'all look at it like, ew, it's disgusting. But y'all can't even really count on y'all hands how many sex partners y'all have.
Hold up.
I mean, it can't be hoes that don't have kids.
Right.
I'm not saying
To
that
me, she
they're-
jumping profit to profit.
Listen,
That's how I'm looking at it.
Boosie making a comment.
Okay, what about the OG, triple OG?
For the men,
yeah.
out of all people to speak for men
Okay.
on a woman that he's never had any dealings with. For
Right.
one, let's start there. You've never had any dealings with her.
Right.
You've never been inside her, never fucked with her on that level.
You don't know
Right.
that.
Okay.
Come on now.
I really don't.
Come
I
on
really
now.
don't see that.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And for you, you
just
have
saying.
what is it? 9 baby moms?
Right.
Like
Boy, it been wild.
how can you even have a comment on what's goals? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
she's in a whole live relationship, and we're still talking about what was.
So
But-
listen,
go
but
ahead, go
okay,
ahead,
but
go ahead,
okay,
just
but
say
let's think about this. So like, okay, so he has 9 kids. I'm not sure how the youngest kid is, but if the youngest kid is like, let's say 6 or 7, this man probably has
I
already.
don't even think the youngest is that old.
Well, I don't know. Let's look, but think about this
Proceed.
though. Let's proceed. I ain't gonna speak on that because I don't know. But the thing is like, it's the same way with me. Like, both of my other girls are 6 at this point, and yeah, I was a wild boy at that time. So I think over time, I've learned now to like kind of calm down, bro. Like relax, which is why like my kid rate has stopped. Like it just went from 0 to 2 that fast. So I think maybe with him, like I know he got 9 baby moms, but sometimes niggas change. We understand, some of the shit we did when we were younger is that was what we did when we were younger. But we had to take it. Experiences changed us. We matured over time, and we got wiser over time. We've all known that women mature faster than fellas. So sometimes it
That's
take us a
big
little
facts.
bit extra.
I don't think
Facts
that's a
right
big
there.
fact. Because some of y'all motherfucking women got a little some maturing to do. But I mean, when it comes to me in that situation, and Laura Harvey, like my honest opinion about it, like it's really looked upon when a woman does it. Like I'm gonna be 100% real. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. This is how I believe.
Right.
It's real taboo to see a woman do that or be out.
It's
or
double
be,
standards. Is what
it's
that
very-
is.
it's a very big-
It's a very-
big-
it's a
real
very
big-
double
real
standard.
big double standards.
Yeah.
Why-
But at the same time, if we want to get into the double
Now,
standards.
why do y'all think it's a double standard?
I mean,
Because
to
it
me,
is.
because like a man can go ahead and I guess it goes back to the old. If you think about ancient times, kings used to have a lot of side bitches. Let's be real truthful. Like in a man's history and culture, we done had multiple sex partners. We done had multiple experience. So, okay, what's so wrong for a woman to do the same shit
Right.
that we do?
Right.
It's 2020. They
Right.
21. My
the
bad.
only thing I would
They can-
say
they
was
just
a little,
equal.
if
That's
we gonna
us.
speak on her,
Yeah,
you
speak
know what
on
I'm
it.
saying, was the whole P. Diddy and Son
I
situation.
mean, but that's when I
That
labeled
was
her
a
as a
little
hoe.
off.
That's when I label her as a hoe.
Okay,
with
so
the
let's
son,
go.
My bad.
It doesn't
So-
look so odd because
That's nasty
their
as
age
fuck.
Group, you know what I'm saying?
That's
because of
nasty.
their age group.
That's
For it
nasty.
to be a father-son duo, like you really see
Ew.
that type of shit in movies.
Right.
That mean-
right. But think
like-
about this though. Like, okay, so everybody says that that's okay. Now let's just
That is
act
not
like,
okay.
Let's just act like Lori Harvey. Let's say she's just a random ass female out here. And y'all end up finding out this girl done fucked the daddy and the son.
That's a hoe.
Right, y'all like she a hoe, she a dog, she
We
for
live
the
in
streets.
Charlotte. We live.
Yeah,
I mean,
she for the streets.
I'm gonna call it how I'm gonna call it.
So
We
that's
live
what
in
I'm saying. So
Charlotte.
if we gonna do that shit now,
We gonna do that shit to her.
You gotta do it when she a star too. This shit
I don't
ain't
give no
her.
fuck.
I mean, she
That
a
shit
star
nasty.
ain't shit different, but her tax bracket. You know
That's
what I'm
it.
saying? That's
And
it.
they're not even in the same bracket for him to even be speaking on her. Like
Shit.
to
But
be to
still.
keep it a whole band. To
right,
keep it a whole band.
right.
He's not even in the same bracket as Lori Harvey to even be speaking on her or what
Right.
she has done.
I mean,
You know,
if-
she ain't fuck with near one of your kids.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
don't know
You know what I'm
that?
saying? Like
That's
you,
true.
You don't know that.
That's true.
You spoke on giving your underage son, you know what I'm saying, fellatio
Yeah,
with a grown woman. So
I
how
mean,
can
shit,
you
he had
speak?
to experience.
But just Britt,
You know?
I mean, you know what I'm
Shit.
saying?
Fit out.
Yeah, he had to
Her
let his son
lifestyle
know.
is
You
different
know?
from his. From
So
the, you know what I'm
let's
saying?
ask Sugar Lump real quick. Like, you know what I mean? How you feel about it?
Right, because you've been
Real quiet. What's up?
Yeah.
Because first of all, Boosie is a Scorpio all the way down. So I already, as soon as he said she a hoe, like if you a hoe, you a hoe. That's all it is. That's pretty much what it was. I was already gonna agree with him anyway. So,
So she's
Yeah.
definitely
Right.
on
yeah,
his
that's
side.
why I was definitely
Right.
on his side. So it was just.
I mean,
Man,
but
no,
we could talk about you could.
But y'all make very valid points, but he said what he said, and that's just pretty much what it is. He's not gonna, before he sugarcoat anything or take it back, he's gonna add some fucking more. That's
But-
pretty much it.
This.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
But this is my question. We talk about Laura Harvey. She's still dating. She's not married and stuff like that. She's in the celebrity status. But when it comes to like celebrities getting divorced, like
Right.
recently Kanye and Kim Kardashian,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right,
People want to blame Kanye West for the divorce, right? But how many successful marriages has Kim Kardashian had? This is like her third marriage, right?
What is it?
Third?
Yeah,
I don't
so-
even
yeah.
know. I lost count.
I think it's third or fourth, but
the other one didn't last too
a lot of
long,
people.
so-
Well, I know a lot of people are saying now, "Oh, this is her longest one," and I'm like, that really don't
doesn't
matter.
count,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And at the same time, I feel like honestly, period. Like since he been dealing with her ass, this nigga has been in a sunken place. So I'm kind of glad like they getting a divorce.
you can
I'm
get
not
some
wishing.
808s?
I'm not wishing no divorce on nobody, but I need that graduation Kanye to come back. Like it's crazy how much like bro, how crazy it was crazy how good that album was, and it's like he ain't been able to do that at nowhere near that.
So you think it's his relationship?
Since-
Well,
Kim?
yeah,
But you're
yeah.
saying-
He started fucking with Kim. His mama died, and then he started fucking with Kim right after. It's a problem. It's a problem. And then if you look at, it's just a Kardashian thing. Something is in the air. Something they sipping on. I don't know what they giving they niggas, but
Sipping on
bruh,
that trap.
But they got that,
everybody
they got
be
that
fucked
snatch.
up. Everybody be fucked up.
From the baby to the oldest.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I'm just saying them
How
Kardashians.
y'all feel about it though?
Listen, I grew up
Kardashians,
watching
hey.
the Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? I was
Yeah.
one of those that grew up watching them from the very first, you know what I'm saying, season of their show.
Right,
per
right.
se. Then learning the O.J. Simpson and learning how their father
Yeah,
had
they
to play
fucked
in
up
it.
right there.
Right,
To
right,
see,
right, right.
to see,
That's when they first started
Right.
fucking up.
to see how they are now though, and to see how Kanye's transition since he's been with Kim. You know, we remember him with Amber Rose. We
Right.
remember him.
I feel
with
like
these
he was his
certain-
happiest there.
Right.
with, you know what I'm saying? But with Kim, it's like maybe there's something wrong with Kim. I don't want to say the whole Kardashian family.
I mean, you can't say that.
Maybe she.
You can't
used
say the whole
Kim.
family?
I feel like we're looking at Kanye, and we're like, something's wrong with
Nah,
him.
hold up before we. You don't.
I feel like we're looking at Kanye and we're like, something wrong with him. When really, I'm looking at Kim like, you sneaky bitch. You.
But my thing is,
yeah,
bitch
right,
you.
right,
But my-
right, right, right.
Say it
got
for
3
what it
kids
is.
about
Say
that
it.
man.
Right,
Four
right.
kids.
Facts.
4 kids.
But think
my
about
bad,
it.
My bad.
But
4
think about it.
kids.
Did she go in there? Do you think some celebrities go in there with a motive to be here for a certain amount of time, build up their status, and leave?
Oh yeah, a lot of that shit goes
Yeah,
into
look
it.
at them as a
Yeah.
whole. Look
Right.
how
Yeah.
they started.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not just saying how their father was a lawyer on the case,
Right.
but how Kris Jenner basically turned her daughter into basically one of the most richest women in the
Right.
fucking world. Like, you know what I'm saying? She pimped her own damn daughter.
Literally,
Right.
literally,
She pimped her
literally.
own damn daughter.
In
You know
a
what I'm saying?
sense,
It's a
yeah,
rotating
sure
thing
did.
with the
Right.
entire family. Kylie
It sound like a cult to me.
I like Kylie.
I mean, personally, I feel like it's close to it.
I
That's
like
what I'm
Kylie,
saying.
But I like the ones that aren't so much in the light, like the one that was with Scott Jenner.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about
Courtney.
Yeah,
Courtney.
Yeah, that's probably the most same one out of
the other
everybody.
the model one.
Right,
The
and
model
see,
one.
Courtney, Courtney be real
Real
chill
chill,
into
yeah.
herself and shit. But Kris Jenner, my cousin said Kris Jenner the GOAT. Kris Jenner is the GOAT, bro. Like,
I know.
for real.
I
I'm
know.
telling you, she is like she know how to like really
Market
monetize and
and-
market her shit to get to where she needs to. I think she's the queen of like publicity, bro. She would create a publicity stunt in a minute. I don't know. I don't think that the thing with Kim when she went to France and got robbed. I don't even think she got
No.
robbed. I think that shit was just a
think she
big
got robbed?
public. I don't.
No.
I don't. If somebody coming in here tying you up, doing all this shit to you, and then they just basically just
And knowing you Kim
And you're Kim
Kardashian,
fucking Kardashian.
right,
bro, get the fuck out of here.
Right. It's a problem. So yeah.
And, I mean, you talking about, doing stuff for publicity. You can touch a little bit on, Tory Lanez. He had patches in his hair. Like, you just, bro, Tory Lanez, you just trying to
They
stay
had my mans
relevant.
on there.
'Cause-
They had that man on there looking like a Reese's when you take
Right.
the paper
Right.
off the Reese's.
What was he thinking?
you can't tell me that man didn't like. Bro,
At
You
first I was
knew
like,
your
that's
hair
not
was
him.
that fucked up. So why would you take
That's
that
not
shit
him.
off?
Right,
That
right,
wasn't him.
Right.
It wasn't him.
Right.
It was a
Shaggy
clone?
Boys.
Right.
It wasn't him.
I'm about to say.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, when I looked at it, I'm like, bro, your hair fucked up. You
Right.
need a lineup. Or you
Right.
need to shave that shit off.
But he
right?
got on Instagram with his barber getting his haircut.
Because that was only for clout.
Yeah,
Well, I don't even think it's for that
Because him and
clout.
Chris Brown was dropping something the next day, I believe. Or
I
something
think
like that.
I think that's it, and I think too is because he's trying to like market himself and get himself back good in the public's eye. So it's like now he trying to do all of this, come out the woodworks, and really just I guess change the public's opinion about him because you got the case and all of that coming up. So I think he just doing the most right now. What's up, Sugar Lump? What you feel about Tory?
I don't feel anything about Tory. He just he
Damn,
paid a whole
Tory.
bunch. He paid a whole bunch of money to get his hairline fixed.
But
Did he
listen,
not?
since
Right.
we on Tory,
Right, so,
and
hey,
I be on
Right.
Twitter
Tory done did his
sometimes.
thing.
Okay.
So
Tory
Tory
done
had
did
made
his thing.
a tweet saying, we need to help Texas out. And somebody had basically, it's not funny, but it's funny. But somebody had replied and was like, you're not even allowed in Texas.
Right.
Right.
Like, it was just one of those things where I'm like, dang, let the man kind of breathe.
Nah,
a little
no,
bit.
ain't nobody gonna let him breathe no more.
If he gonna help them people, and put
Let
his
him,
voice
let
out
him
there to
help
say,
them
y'all,
people,
we need to
like,
help them
Right.
people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think then it's
Support
like
it,
one of those
right.
little like bypass. Okay, we heard you. Like,
Right.
shut up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, we heard you.
But if he
Right.
gonna help out, just sign the check.
Yeah,
that's all
that's
they
true.
want to see from Tory.
That's
But
true.
speaking on Texas,
Right.
how do y'all feel about them being like a whole different type of basically state in a way.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're a whole different.
Well, I know I know like Texas for years they've been on some shit. Like they've always said like if any state was to like succeed from the United States, they could do it. And so I think honestly, like they've always tried to prepare themselves to do that shit, but now it fucked up because it's like y'all wanted to have your own power grid, and now you sitting there stuck in the dark, and ain't nobody finna help you. Federal government ain't gonna help you, and I'm pretty sure the federal government probably has something to do with this, honestly. But I ain't gonna.
No, go ahead, touch on it. That's how you feel.
That's
how you feel.
It probably has something. It probably has something to do with it.
Somebody cut corners somewhere.
Because I think
that power grid. Because if they able to shut off everybody's power. Now they ain't cut off them rich people's power.
We already know that.
You see, Bun. What he say? Bun B. He the one. He still got his power. He ain't got no water because obviously they got control of the water too.
Right.
Shut off everybody's water, so nobody got water.
But he got power.
Yeah, because they ain't gonna shut off the people with money.
Duh, we already know that. We already know that.
Right.
Like, look, we stay. He was like, nah, we stay over here. We got power over here, but we ain't got no water though. But yeah,
They can deal without water. You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
It's crazy. I've looked and I've saw like the governor too. Like, and the governor, he not even really saying anything. Like I remember he said something yesterday or the day before, and he went on the news and was like, oh, it's this political and shit. And I'm like, bruh, okay, whether it is or not, you got people that's out here freezing on some political shit. You need to help your people.
But my thing,
he trying to recap from that now.
Right.
He done went back. He's trying to recap from that.
So my thing is this: I forgot who said, but they said they basically was out on their own and he left. The whole
was it their mayor?
That was the mayor.
Yeah, but he came back and recanted.
For what?
No,
Right.
I mean, because the backlash he got, like, you sound insensitive to the fact that your people is out here freezing damn
my
near.
thing is,
people
if you gonna be a
sleeping in their
leader,
cars and shit.
He basically left because he didn't want to feel responsible.
But my thing is this: if you the leader of that particular state, you gonna have to step the fuck up when drastic measures come up.
He recanted and came back.
But I don't give a like me personally. If I was living in Texas, fuck you. I don't give a fuck about your recanting because all you did was get on that plane and left.
Right.
You didn't. You wasn't here for them people. Like that kind of put me in the mindset seeing that stuff on the internet. Put me in the mindset of Katrina.
Yeah. You can definitely compare the two.
Yeah.
I mean, Katrina was definitely on a higher, scale, but but similarities of people's houses and their memories getting trashed.
It's still people. It's still people to this day that houses never got back right
in Katrina,
and it's like damn near 20 years later. So I definitely feel
so think about it. I seen somebody. I was watching. They how they share videos on Facebook and stuff. I was watching somebody crying in the shower, having the shower running, talking about some bruh, I need help, and ain't nobody really helping them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If that was your state and your state went through something like that and y'all wasn't fully prepared, I forgot one of y'all was telling me that they ain't have no really installations in the house because of the how good the weather is down there. But you gotta think about it. They in the South. They don't even got the trucks like up north to clear out the snow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or have like buses with chains on whatever to come pick somebody up. Like they don't have none of the resources.
Was there a warning though, guys? Like that's another thing. When I caught on really, really to it, it was maybe like 2 days after it.
Yeah. How many people get out in 2 days?
Well, I think
was it.
Well, you got to think about it. Put it in your shoes. Like when we listen to our local news station. Now we know we get snow here sometimes.
What snow?
Now I mean, like I said, I remember
ice.
I'm
from Long Island, New York.
Nah. But I remember like there was a couple times when we were like in elementary school, bro. And we got some real snow.
Got some real
snow. She was done for about 3-4 days.
And she came up to like I need one time.
But it hasn't been like that since. So it's like we're kind of desensitized now to the point to where when they do say, "Oh, we're getting ready to have some snow," we like, man, they ain't doing nothing.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they probably doing the same thing. Man, there ain't nothing finna come down here, like, because they say they get ice too sometimes.
They do.
So they was like, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people like just threw that shit to the side. So I don't think
they keep their water running.
Yeah,
that's what that is. You don't be seeing those signs. Keep your water, keep your water running a little bit,
especially in all them apartment complex. It's below freezing. Keep your water running.
But my thing too, also on the back end of the shit too, people getting charged high ass utility bills.
Yeah.
Like how, for one, they probably out of work. Half of the motherfuckers probably lost their damn job because of this shit.
Right.
Some of them probably have to relocate now because to find work just to survive and have money to come in to pay for bills and stuff. Like we got to really think about this real deep. And then
This
what is
shit-
Biden
I mean,
doing?
well, think
You know what
about
I'm
this
saying?
too. I mean, even the deeper thing about it is too. I think it's like climate change.
I think it's climate
It's
change.
climate change too, bro. And like, don't nobody really want to say that, but this shit is not supposed to be happening in Texas. Like,
but you gotta
days where it's
think.
a big ass blizzard and shit. No,
How
Right,
long
right.
the Earth is going to change at some point in time. Like the warmer places are going to come cold, and it's going to take a whole shift. Like it's going to happen. People say call it global warming, but why is that global warming if it's like shit ain't changing around here? You see what I'm saying? Then on top of that, we got to think about deep into the shit. What is Biden like? What is our president doing? Like, what has he like?
These are one of those things where it's like, if it's off limits, it's not off limits. You feel what I'm saying? Like you're the president of the United States of America. Like Puerto Rico, like what happened in Puerto Rico. Like, why does it happen and then they just stand by and just continue to just let people go through it? Like, I don't believe in giving people a certain lifestyle and then making them get used to a completely different lifestyle. He basically left them, said the strong survive, I'm out.
I'm out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gave them a lifestyle,
right?
and then when shit got rough, you bailed.
Because he got the bread to do that. He's set.
So
He's
us
super
as
set.
people, it just it's one of those things where you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like what if? What if? Texas probably ain't see that coming.
hell
People in
no.
Texas probably ain't never see that coming. Like,
No, you got people out here.
you got
like,
people out in California used to little earthquakes and stuff like that. You grow accustomed to certain things.
Right.
You ain't gonna get used to just
Wildfires.
one day.
Right.
You wake up and shit off, power
That's-
shutting off. You outside walking the dog and your
Right.
damn everything in the damn. Just imagine
Right.
we sitting here right now. Everything goes
And you-
black.
And tell you
See,
from
and it-
go ahead.
Man, no, because that just jumped back to what Jeremy had said about the global warming.
Mm-hmm.
I had read something the other day talking about one of the biggest icebergs that they done already had is starting to melt. So
Mm-hmm.
ain't no telling if, current events that's going on. When,
Just look at how deep it is now. Y'all remember when we were younger, like, okay, it would start to get chilly around like first part of October.
Right.
Sometimes late September. But if you're looking at this shit now, bro, we had 80-degree weather
in
damn near November, December.
Thanksgiving.
Right. So it's like, bro, I be looking at shit like that. So I think definitely it's got a big it's playing a big role in all of this for real.
So how do y'all think, you know what I'm saying, we talk about like global warming or just climate changing around the world and stuff. How does that impact y'all to think for the future? Like I know I'm the only motherfucker in here that ain't got no kids.
right.
true.
But, how do y'all think, when y'all see shit on the news, like in Texas, and then you hear about global warming, like, how do you think about the future? Like,
Right.
are you getting your kids prepared? Are you scared for your kids? Like, talk to me.
Ace, I guess I would say for my oldest, it's one of those things where it's like, yo, when I was his age, there were things going on that I didn't even know until I got older.
Right.
So it's like putting them up on game, basically.
Right.
Like he's very much aware of all the like the school thing, like stuff that does go on CNN that gets
Right.
played on that type of big screen.
Right.
He's up to par with. So
Okay.
Texas, he knows what's going on. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like me personally, it is kind of a scary thing because look at how the presidency came about. Like, just look at everything that's been going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, people rushing into the Capitol. Like, who knows what the hell is to come in
Right.
5 damn years? Just 5 years from now.
And within her saying that, like putting them up on game, and so she said, "Look, we already have to teach our young black males on what hands up, don't shoot. Come on,
So
now.
it's a
Like-
whole lot to be.
You got to put your hands out the window.
It's a lot
Don't
to be scared
don't
about, I
scared.
guess, as mothers.
Don't be scared of
What-
the police. How to talk to them.
What about you, just Jerry? They have sons,
I mean,
and
for
you
me
got
personally,
daughters.
I mean, I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. I really haven't thought about that with my daughters. It'd be other shit that I think about. Just having daughters that they gonna have to deal with when they get older. So personally, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really thought about that. I mean, it's a big topic to think about. I think it could be slowed down or stopped some ways, but you know, until the government get all of that shit together and figure out things and they make it more of a priority, we gonna be sitting in this position. But you can see the difference right now. Just like I said, it's hot as hell in December. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can go to the pool in November. Like, so it's a problem. So yeah, but nah, I don't be thinking about it with my girls.
So we talked about the Texas situation, you know, and it's more, you know, fresh off the press topics. You want to throw the next one out there?
Yeah, I'll throw it out there, man. So with everything that's going on, you know, COVID's going on, but you still got big celebrities who are really trying to still reach out to the youth and things like that. So with everything being said, you know, I know everybody has probably seen the clip of Cam Newton going around. I don't know if y'all have or not.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, it's a clip of a boy at Cam Newton's 7-on-7 tournament that he has every year. I think he's been doing it now for like 12 years.
Right.
And yeah, so it's like, you know, it's real respected. So long story short, the boy got out of line. You know, very disrespectful. Saying some very disrespectful shit to him. I mean, like one of the things I heard him tell Cam Newton he was ass. So I really had a problem with that. I'm like, bro, you at this man's event, so it can't be too ass for you to want to come learn from.
So your mama and daddy to pay for your ass to come and learn from this man that they deem as a good professional football player.
Right, that you can get some gems from, something like, you know, to take with
that's
you.
the whole purpose.
Right, and you talking about some free agent, you ass, all that.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well,
You
somebody-
disrespectful little.
For me, when I seen it, I was actually kind of shocked because
And this is like what the parents
I watch
think,
football. I grew up in a
Yeah,
football
you're a
household.
football lover,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I have brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a shit talker when it comes to football. Those that know me, have me on social media, they're very well
we
aware
see
of
it.
this. So for me, it was one of those whoa.
Right.
Who the hell you talking to,
Right,
little boy?
right,
type of situations.
right.
I don't think I would ever address Cam
Nah.
like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Unless he
like-
was addressing me in a form to get me out
Right,
of character.
right.
So to see a teenage boy talking to an idol, my son looks up to Cam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to see a teenage boy who is a couple years older than both of our oldest sons talking to somebody like this, who's in, you know, has a sense of power. You know, he has people that look at him in a certain light and try to embarrass him and down him. It goes back to what the hell what this generation is coming of. You know what I'm saying? Because in his mind, he's right. He doesn't want to look bad. While he's talking to the person who's organizing the entire
The
event.
event.
You know what I mean? Trying to look cool in front of your friends, thinking they're going to back you
Trying
up.
to get clout.
When really,
I mean,
you look dumb.
but
Like,
go
ignorant.
ahead, Sugar.
No, I'm just saying he look ignorant. That's all. I'm just on her.
But from my perspective with the video, him dissing Cam like that, like let's speak about facts. You know, with Cam, you know,
Yeah.
As far as football.
I mean, you got to understand that man is a Heisman. Bro.
Heisman.
That boy's a Heisman. That boy he left one college, went to junior college, got a championship, then won a
Ring.
Heisman. That boy then won a national championship. Then came into the league, first pick of the draft. Then went rookie of the year. Then went MVP, then Super Bowl. I mean, not Super Bowl champion, but took his team to a Super Bowl on his back. So
Now
it's
he playing
like
for one of the best teams
Right.
out there in the NFL.
Hey,
who's
talk
the
your
one of
shit.
the
Patriots, you know what I'm
Man,
saying?
get your
With
Patriot ass out of here.
You know what I'm
Nobody
saying?
give a fuck
So,
about
but
the
no,
That's
I'm
a
glad-
big move for him.
Yeah.
But
You
it
know
is
what
a
I'm
big
saying?
move.
That's how I'm looking at him. You know, I talk junk about the Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry, y'all. I grew up out here 16
Right.
years, so it's
Right.
one of those rivalry things for me. So to see Cam go from this team to a great team as well,
right.
I feel offended for him
Right.
watching that.
And
You
that's
know what
the
I'm
thing.
saying?
Well, I'm glad she brought that up about
Right.
the whole New England thing because I looked at it as, okay, let's take Cam out of the situation. If this is Tom Brady's, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, as if any of the top tier white quarterbacks in the NFL, put the same boy in the same situation. He not saying that.
He not.
He's not saying that. So what makes me kind of pissed off is the fact that you feel that, you know, okay, you wouldn't do it to them, but you'll do it to Cam Newton, a black guy, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's like you respect these white dudes who've been playing longer than this African-American man who done came out here and paved the way for a lot. He done took a lot of heat over the years and
Exactly.
shit. So
He had
it
to
just pissed me
develop,
off to where,
change.
why would you, it's just not good for our culture and shit.
But
Yeah.
but But let's touch back on the topic when you talk about our youth these days. Like we know when we go into something like that, you know, in sports, because we was more so into sports back in the day than I would say these kids now. They got so many different distractions, technology. Right. They can get into so much other things than being a sports player. But we took heat to that because our main said we was like, oh, we're gonna be pro someday, no matter if the statistics 1% or whatever or not. But I wouldn't have did that shit in Cam. I'll be trying to follow Cam around, like, bro.
What precisely led up to that? You know what I mean? Like, that's I don't know. I don't think I seen that part of it. I just seen the video where the boy was basically telling him, "You're a free agent,"
right?
Like, and you know, he told him he was
and all that.
Yeah, you know.
But Cam put a longer video out on his Instagram page, and he did put and on this video, it was like I liked what he did because I think the old Cam may have he probably would have tripped a little bit more than what he did, but I feel like this one he came out like how he was supposed to, and he really humbled that boy on that other video. Yeah, he pretty much asked the boy okay, you know, what did y'all? Since you got a lot, you know, what did y'all do today? He was like, oh, well, we 1 and 2. He said, huh? 1 and 2. Oh, Cam Newton, okay, what did you do? Boy couldn't answer the question at all, you know what I'm saying? So it was really he put him back in his place without putting him back in his place.
But I want to commend Cam because, you know, back in the day, Cam used to get scrutinized for being immature, but I don't think he was to a certain T, but I feel like he was just being himself.
Yeah. He's a regular person. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like us. You come a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody just come up to you and talk to you no certain way. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's the grown thing for us to do, to hold our composure. It is. But as somebody that's being looked at, you got all these young men out here looking at you like you're a trophy. They look up to you. And I don't want my son to come across that video. You feel me? He looks up to Cam. Cam is number one.
Right.
Even with
my guy.
He got my baby a Patriot fan now.
See?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about.
So
corrupting the child. Corrupting the child. We don't need no more Patriot
He's a Carolina fan till he died, but he's a Cam Newton fan as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I thought it was very disrespectful. And his mama, I hope his father, his grandmother,
his
whoever his adults around him, his brothers, his sisters, I hope they checked his ass good. Because
ain't no checking in my house. Your ass whooped.
You gonna get mushed. You gonna get mad. All of that. I'm gonna talk that junk because you disrespectful. You just embarrassed the hell out of our family.
But see, that's what I'm saying. But I'm glad. But
that was us.
No,
we getting
right.
whooped.
And I'm glad y'all said that. I'm glad y'all said that because now I want to take it to so what's the differences now between these kids growing up in this generation, the Gen Zers or whatever, compared to us millennials or whatever when we were growing up and we were being raised. It's a whole different story.
I got one answer for you. I got one answer for you, and that's that entitlement. They all feel entitled. And I also blame the parents too as well because honestly, they got a little soft.
Right.
You know, because back in the day, if you messed up, there was no timeout, ain't none of that. You getting your butt whooped, and I don't care what all these other older people like. Y'all didn't get it like we got it. We got it just enough.
We had a paddle.
You had a paddle.
We had a paddle.
You had a paddle.
My brother buried it in the backyard, and we still got whooped because he couldn't find it.
See, that's what it is. I mean, and
my daddy didn't play that shit.
The softer part, I do agree on a certain level with I guess with different. You know what I'm saying? Different children, it's different. Like my firstborn, he's more softer. You know what I'm saying? So he gets more of the yelling. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where I see my second one, I'm like, oh, he gonna test my patience.
Right. You need to whoop that. That's the one you need to whoop more.
That's the one that's gonna have to get plucked in a couple years.
I mean, if you get tired, just call me. I
definitely see it.
But as far as being stern, very.
Okay. I definitely see it. I definitely see it. For me personally, the reason I see it is because I got a brother that's 13 years younger than me. So when I was graduating high school, he was starting kindergarten. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? So it's two totally different generations. So like sometimes, you know, if I'm at my mom's or something and she's there talking to him, and I'm like, Ma, back in the day, like, it wasn't no question. It wasn't no choice. It wasn't no questions. Like if I said no or nothing like that, I was getting popped. Like whatever, bro. Like seriously.
That
every
be
day,
making you
every
mad,
day,
don't it?
it do because like every day, like listen, every day that I came home from school, bro, before I could go outside, on the days I wanted to do my damn homework, but I had to have my homework done, but I also had to have the whole kitchen clean. I had to make sure that my bedroom
Bruh,
was good.
they don't
I
have
had
chores
to have, and shit,
these
bro.
days.
I'm telling you, if your parents came to the crib and shit wasn't right, bro, you was gonna hear it.
Yeah,
so
I already
it's
know.
like, you know what I'm saying. So that was the stuff.
That chicken ain't out?
And so for like my little brother, you know, it's
Put the
more
chicken out.
for my little brother, right. So it's like for my little brother, it's more of a she gives him more choices. It's more talking, more talking, and she's like, I asked her, I said, why do you do it like that? Well, she was like, when I think about how I raised both of y'all, I look back and I say, and she says that every parent, done made mistakes and shit like that, which is true. No parent is perfect. So we all learn as we go. So it's the thing. She was pretty much just saying to me, like, when she raised me based off of how she was raised.
Right.
But the crazy thing that she said was after that, it made me kind of think, like, I still don't agree, but made me kind of think, that made me kind of got to think about it. She was like, I raised you for a world that was no longer here. So like, you know what I'm saying? So the world is changing. The world is always evolving. And so it's like, she's not going to do the same things that she did to me 25 years ago, because the same shit that she did to me not going to work for my brother, because it's a total different generation now. So you got to kind of switch it up a little bit. So that kind of made me think about it.
But you got to think about it. They got, the hotline number to, what was it, Child Protective Services in kindergarten. You feel me?
Right.
So, like, I feel like society as in a whole has changed parenthood, too, because they, what?
Oh, yeah, because it was on some,
I didn't learn about that number until, like, 6th grade,
Right. If you tried to tell on
It was
your
too late
parents
then.
for whooping your ass back in the day, go and try to tell somebody.
That's 'cause
You
they
was going to get
soft.
your ass whooped harder. That parent was going to come and tell your
soft
parent, then you, come on back. Let's do
So
round
you
two.
tell me that I'll whoop you, right?
Right.
Appreciate that after school teacher. Bring your ass here.
Because you ain't whooped that ass.
Exactly.
It's because you ain't whooped that ass.
Right.
They soft
Right.
now.
Man,
It
shit.
is.
And then they sit here and threaten you with it,
Right.
like, oh, so if you whoop me, I'm gonna go ahead and call that lady on
Right.
you.
Right.
Gonna come.
But
All right.
they don't understand that if I go to jail, your ass gonna be hungry. Oh, for real.
I think it's more now too. People put more. I think it's more emphasized now. I feel like society has put more into kids, whether it be cartoons or schooling, whatever. They just feel that they have a lot more rights now. Like
have
so,
no manners,
it's like
man. Still no manners,
right.
Bruh.
So
So
it's
that's why
like
they
it's like certain things like like I said back in the day, we ain't had no choice. So
We didn't-
no,
it was
we can't be
this
like
or
I
that.
have a right to not do this. Oh, you
You
got a right to
to-
get your ass out my house.
Right.
So it's like
I was
on some
getting that combo.
right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, my pops kicked me out one time. Literally told me, say, get the fuck out, and if you slam my door, I'm gonna throw a brick and knock your fucking head off. Told me straight up. Told me straight up, bro. Like, and so I
Everybody got
understood,
that
though.
story. Everybody got that
so
story.
it's like, you know what I'm saying? I just think now.
Yeah, Jeremy like, oh shit, about to get real.
I got down closed that. I closed that shit
Doing
real
this,
soft.
like, ooh,
Make sure.
please,
Let me-
let me play.
Let me turn that shit real quick. I ain't gonna make no sound, but yeah, it's crazy now. It's way different.
So,
Different households, I guess.
I mean,
different strokes.
different.
for-
The
yeah,
way
different
I was
folks.
raised by older folks, so
you got
I-
that old school.
you know what I'm saying. I
Right.
feel like I do have that older school thing where his PlayStation has been gone for 2 weeks now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and still
Right.
ain't no change in his
Right.
behavior, so
Right.
it's still gonna be gone.
Is that your
Right.
oldest
You know what
one?
I'm saying? That's my oldest.
Right.
Yes.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying, and he's the big bro.
He don't
Right.
get no
You know what
fuck.
I'm
That's what
saying?
he's telling you.
He's about to be 10 years old. So
He
he
10
been here
years
a
old.
decade.
Oh, he
about to
big
be
dog.
10. So
He
he's
big dog.
Right.
You know,
He
sports and
smelling
stuff like
himself.
that. I have
He
to
ain't got
hold
it
him
You have to.
accountable.
With you being a mother,
I
you
have
have
to
to.
hold him
You have
accountable.
But you being a mother, you gonna have to be. I wouldn't say have to, but you gonna have to keep. You gotta keep. I know you want to be like soft sometimes, but I know you Tay. You gonna keep that guard up until he do what the fuck he's what I'm saying supposed to do.
Yes.
And that's how my mama is. She's very headstrong. If she say no, you can't get it. No, you can't get it. I
All
mean,
right, so if that goes up into like what we was hearing about earlier, that discussion about the mama and the auntie. So if your mama say no, you can't go over your auntie house and play the game, but when you go over the house, you on punishment. But you go over there, you go over your auntie house, you go over there and play the game, and you already know what you was on punishment for.
So
First off,
basically,
for
the
me-
situation was
I wouldn't even make
he's
it up with
failing-
auntie house.
He's
Yeah.
not turning in schoolwork.
Oh.
So his grades, he's slipping in grades. So mom basically gets the feedback from the teacher, and she's working, so Auntie is the sitter for her on the weekend, and she basically lets Auntie know he's on punishment because of his grades.
Right.
So Auntie's like, my house, my rules, my kids ain't in here on punishment type of thing. So she comes to get him, and he's playing a video game. So it's one of those family situations
That y'all going back and
where
forth.
your child knows.
Right.
The Ace knows the rules.
Right.
But he feel
He goes-
protected by Auntie.
Auntie,
Right.
yeah. So
Yup.
those are one of those things
Yup.
where you have to hold these kids accountable. And when it takes a village, I expect the people in the village to understand the parents
Oh yeah.
say so and
Back in the
concerns.
day, it wouldn't even happen like that.
I wasn't even gonna hit
Right.
Auntie's house.
Right.
I mean, oh, you
I
want to
might
go?
as well
Oh,
just
you wanna
stay
go
home.
outside?
Look, I might as well
Because
just
they
stay
know
home.
they already know you trying to go over there and play with your. I can't do shit
We
here. Let
all
me go to
wanna
my
be the
cousins.
fun auntie. We
Right.
all want to be the fun, you know what I'm saying, friend of the family. But sometimes with just how the generation is turning out and seeing how these teenagers are just being killed and just and how everything is just changing in our eyes. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Like, we got to start really being held accountable as parents and as people around when these kids
Right.
are wrong. Like, ain't no just anybody household. Your kid come to my house, they gonna be loved on, talked with, and
Right.
all of that. But when they need to get corrected, they
you
gonna
got
get
to,
corrected.
Got to.
And if they need the ass whooped,
Thanks.
you know,
Thanks.
I mean,
get
she
ass
got
whooped.
she got the paddle.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Do you
she
use
got
it for
that.
other things?
No,
Oh, damn.
no.
Wrong
that is-
episode.
Oh, my
Wrong
bad.
episode. Nah. But I did want to say, like, since you mentioned with the killings and everything that's going on, let's talk about the murders in Charlotte. I think last year we ended it off with like what 116, 117,
and it keeps
was close to
skyrocketing.
it. So that was just last year alone, and it was an increase. The main thing I said for me, and I said this like right when the pandemic was about to start, I said as soon as they closed schools, shit was about to get out of hand with these kids. And literally, bro, if you look at probably the rate, I'm telling you, from the time March when they closed schools, that shit skyrocketed,
It
especially
did.
during the summertime, because they
did.
really don't have nothing else to do, especially if you don't have any parents at home, bro.
Right.
You just really out here
Out
and
here in
like,
the street.
and literally, like I said, with all the music and shit now, like, you know, I listen to the music and shit, but I can tell at the same time, when we were younger, we had more different type of music to listen to. We could listen to hip hop if we wanted to,
Right.
but if it was on some days like, I mean, I don't want to hear that shit, that trap shit today. We had some over here we can listen to. I feel like now
It's straight
all
trap
the music
music.
is the same, so all
Straight
these
trap
niggas get that
music.
shit in their head and they think like, oh, I got to be from the trenches. I got to get
But-
it out the mud.
but
Nah,
you-
nigga, you
but-
16, bro. You don't have to do that.
You not even getting it out the mud.
Right,
You on the playground.
and it's like
you not the real nigga.
everybody's so quick. Don't nobody want to take an ass whipping no more, bro.
Bruh,
Like, so
that- I
it's
mean,
like
it's
It's just
you know what I'm
senseless
saying.
I mean, it's-
shooting. It's
it's
just
right.
a whole lot of senseless shooting.
because
that's
everybody
going on
think
in our
having a
city.
strap is so cool. Like, I got a gun now. Like,
It's not. I understand that point,
Yeah.
but at the same time, as a female, I'm not walking around naked.
True.
I'm not walking around naked. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't.
Right.
We're talking about our
Right.
city. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You can't.
It's
God
getting
forbid.
dangerous.
You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
can't go in a gas station.
Right.
You can't run in the gas station to
Right.
get nothing. You can't
Right.
walk outside and just
Right.
expect to just get in your car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These senseless shootings has really, you can be at a light.
Right.
You can be
You
at a
can
light.
in your front
Right.
yard.
Right.
that's what I'm
At this
saying.
point.
Right. Right.
At this point, it's just in your front yard.
And that's why honestly I just feel like everybody just got to stay out the way, bro. Like, stay in your lane. Like, I was always growing up and shit. I knew like whenever I needed to go someplace where you had to watch yourself and
Right.
shit, you knew to mind your business, chill out. Nobody gonna fuck with you.
ain't
Don't
talk
look
to
at
who the
don't
fuck
look at
you know
nobody
that.
wrong.
Right.
Don't just go. It's just not. You don't need to do none of that shit. So I just feel like now I feel like people don't really know how to move no more. And like I said, everybody's so goddamn like just angry now. Like they be ready to go. They from literally as soon as something happened, they on go. Like they don't think, they ain't like, okay, if I do this shit, like no, it's just straight, I'm on go. Like, and then you gotta kind of chill. Sometimes you gotta think, bro.
Here's my thing about it. Like, when it comes to the violence, I honestly think sometimes too it increases from motherfuckers done that's just not from Charlotte.
All right.
I mean, I feel like when it comes to the killings, is most time people trying to get territory. Let's be real out here. You know, we already know what the streets of Charlotte's like, and it's getting increasingly like that.
Right.
And you got to think, even the places that you thought were safe ain't safe anymore.
Well, you gotta understand too, when the Charlotte that we knew
It's
and shit
dead.
is gone now.
It's dead.
Everybody, you remember? Think about it. When we was in middle school and even early part of high school, you always saw somebody you knew,
Right.
whether it went to your school or not. Oh,
Right.
that nigga go to Philip O'Berry.
Yeah,
Oh, he go to
yeah,
Mallet
yeah.
Creek. Like, you always, Charlotte was a big city, but it was small. them all at the same time. But now with all these industries and shit coming, everybody from all these different places are coming. So it's not just the Charlotte people who grew up here no more. You got people from New York,
Jersey,
you got people from
Cali,
everywhere,
Texas,
everywhere.
Virginia.
So and if you look at every
it's
big
a lot
city,
of rotation back and forth to Atlanta, to Virginia. You got all types of stuff coming in and out of our city. All types of people coming in and out of our city. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going on out there.
As we keep growing, as far as building is in business and stuff, and the gentrification, like where I'm from the Ford. How that's continuously changing. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a part of the Ford, the whole Ford. You couldn't even go down the whole street without knowing somebody, because you're gonna get stopped. You're gonna see something that, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't supposed to see. Like I'm gonna be 100% with you. But now you see like I'm not even trying to be on a racist type stuff, but you see Caucasians walking their dog towards my mama's house, and I'm like, "Where's you coming from?"
Gentrification is real, bro. Gentrification is real.
Not like on some
here,
real,
bro.
like it's serious. It's like, and that's not just in Charlotte. That's in New York too. Like you talk about Brooklyn. Brooklyn ain't the same Brooklyn no more.
Everywhere.
You gotta have stupid bread to stay in Brooklyn.
Literally, bro. Like when I went out to Cali, like I remember when we went to Cali, like we went to the Nipsey, we went and saw the Nipsey Hussle store on Slauson, and like Crenshaw, like this is 10:30 at night on West Coast time. I'm thinking like, damn, 10, 20 years ago, I probably couldn't do this shit, because I even see that over there, Compton and shit is getting gentrified now. So it's like you said, it's not just the Charlotte thing, it's a whole country type thing.
And that's what I'm saying. So like, and then on top of that, you never know. These violent acts could be starting to go towards them because you in our neighborhood.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, y'all, I don't knock that at all. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of do have a question for the two of y'all. Not just for the two of you, but for you too, Brittany. But as y'all being black men and the things that have been occurring in our country, have y'all ever dealt with a sense of racism or feeling? All the time. Or feeling awkward?
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever felt or dealt with anything like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I have.
Man, I don't even, to be honest with you, like you asking me that just burned a fire in my eyes, because literally, like, I can share the story with y'all. Like, I was working at my old job. You know, I was there for like 5 years, and this is when I used to smoke blacks real heavy. So, you know, they have like this different smoking area for you to go to, like on your breaks, lunches, or whatever, to take a smoke. But I would never go there. I would always go somewhere where I could be by myself, you know, call my mama, you know, smoke my little black, call my shorty at the time, you know what I'm saying, make sure everything was straight, you know, do my little check-ins. So I had a security guard, white security guard, pull up to me and was like, "Can I see your ID, your badge?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, the cameras, you know, picked you up and it looks like you don't work here." And I'm like, "Bro, everybody in this building wear regular clothes and the clothes I have on. And you talking about I don't work here." Dude, I've been here for like 4 years already. What are you talking about?
Right. That's a problem.
And like that right there, like even you want to talk about difference from North and South, me even going into like New York, I went into this fancy restaurant, and then just the energy you feel, the presence of all the Caucasians, most of the Caucasians or all the Caucasian people, you the only black person in there, you get that energy, you get that wave, you get them eyes on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the police.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's always, we always a high suspect. We always got to be on guard. We always got to be extra. My daddy told me, he told me when I was younger, and he still would tell me to this day, I got to be 3 times better because of the color of my skin.
Right. Big facts.
And to me, that shit sits in. It's like, why the fuck I got to break my back just to even get a little scrap?
Yeah, that's true. I had a situation one time. I was I think I was like 21. I might have been like 20. Yeah, I probably was like 20. So I worked at this spot in Ballantyne at the time called Burger 21. So pretty much I was the cashier at the time.
In that bro.
Right. So at the time I started when we grand opened. So it was still like a newer part. It probably had only been open for about a month. So then I was at the front one day. Older couple was getting ready to come up. So I'm helping this other couple, and the older couple was right behind them. So my manager at the time comes up, white lady. She probably at the time I was like 20, so she probably was like early 30s. So she says to me, "Hey, the older couple after this, I'm gonna take them. I don't want you to scare them." And I said, huh?
Right.
I was like, what? Because I was tripping. Like, I said, because at first I had to like really like listen to that shit and process it and be like, because at first I was like, she didn't try me like that. She just didn't do that.
No,
so then I asked her again. I said, what do you mean? She was like, well, it's nothing that you've done. Nothing that you've done. I just don't want you to scare him at the end of the day. I was like, I backed up and shit. She went ahead and took him. And at that point, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to go to the crib. Like, went back, talked to my people about it and shit. And they were like, bro, that was racist as fuck. You should say something.
Right.
Like, why the fuck would you? First off, it's me. Everybody
know you.
Everybody know it's Jeremy, bro.
Hold on,
that
Jeremy
nigga
like,
ain't
hold the
finna
fuck
goddamn
up,
be trying to scare nobody out here. Like, why the fuck would they get scared of me out of all people? So that was my time of racism I dealt with. I mean, of course, we've all dealt with the cop shit, but it's just with that. I ain't gonna tell the other cop story, but with that, those two were the biggest racism stories I've had.
And it's not gonna. I mean, it's not gonna stop. I don't care how many movements we have. Like I'm not trying to be negative about the situation. We'll be honest. This is our history. This is something that continuously be passed on and passed on. And we just gotta keep on being aware about it. Is it gonna get better? Yes, it's gonna get better down the line, but it's always going to be here.
Right. So I ain't had too much, because I'm not a, African American male. So y'all probably got a little hard. But me, I had to deal with it when I was working at McDonald's. Old white man come. I look good, so he gonna say,
speak on it.
Yeah, old white man gonna come over there talking to Sugar Lump. Come over here talking to Sugar Lump, talking about some. He say, you know what? Can I get a senior coffee? I say, okay, yeah, I can get you a senior coffee. I say, any cream or sugar? He say, no, baby. He say, I like my coffee the way I like my women. I say, how's that? He said, black. I say, oh, okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Get your old nasty pervert.
He is sugar lump.
You want some extra sugar in that damn coffee.
Exactly. I was gonna give him
He want that brown sugar in his coffee.
He was about to get a lump or two right on his head.
Oh my God.
So Tay, you talk about us as black men, and y'all have sons. So how do you feel? What is your fear for your son? Going out every day. And as your son is about to hit 10, getting a little bit older, getting a little bit taller, you know what I'm saying? How does that make y'all feel? Like, what is your fear?
We got two.
To be honest, let me not put too much feelings into it, but to be honest, it's the constant look them in the eyes when you're talking to them. Speak like you got some sense. Speak like you got some home training. Talk like you know what you're saying.
Right.
Be confident.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where if we speak on the scary part of it, as mothers, we'll get emotional because we're literally witnessing it. Trayvon Martin, I think, was one of the biggest things that hit me because I have brothers as well. You know what I'm saying? I have multiple brothers. So now that I have kids and Ace is turning into a preteen, it's one of those things where I already don't let him outside. I already kind of shelter him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was different. I was running around in Huntersville. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of different. He doesn't really have friends in the neighborhood and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I keep him sheltered for the most part, y'all. But as far as his knowledge and him being aware of what's really going on outside of that house, he's up to par.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we talk about the murder rates in Charlotte, North Carolina, and recently, eviction notice was sent to the tent city.
Oh man!
And we're not gonna sugarcoat anything, but Tent City has been growing dramatically since the start of the pandemic. Like I remember, it's like a mile long.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not even right there. I done seen tents all over Charlotte.
Right. Yeah, I just seen one coming off
there was some recent
W.T.
stuff.
Harris not too long ago.
Yeah,
there was some recent stuff. I said that some of them I said some, not all, but some of them had they sent some of them to like a hotel for about 6 months or so. 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I know the people that they did tell move. I think it was 90 days. They giving them a free room for 90 days. I'm not sure where the rooms are and nothing like that.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
There's no way to confirm that story.
Right.
I can't confirm or deny, but that is the rumor in the mill that's going on with Tent City as far as it. That they're moving some to hotels and stuff like that to accommodate some, not all though.
right.
Okay,
Right.
so let's talk about the homelessness. Like we talk about it in Charlotte, but Tent City is everywhere.
It's everywhere, bro.
It is.
It's bad. It's bad everywhere. Like I just came from DC, and it was bad up there. And it was a crazy thing. When I got up there, it was ice all over the ground. So I'm going around and I'm seeing tents, and like they literally got like a whole bag like over the tent. Like so like they got 2 layers over the tent just to try to keep themselves warm, bro. That shit hit me bad because I was like, you know what I'm saying? I know in Charlotte it gets cold here, but
They don't get that
there,
cold.
but that cold in DC, that shit hit different, bro. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's bad to see people out here really struggling like that.
And
It's heartbreaking, actually.
It is heartbreaking because, like, you know, y'all know I just recently got a car, probably my first car ever. And I used to walk everywhere. I ain't no shame in my game. I didn't have no car. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't afford one. So I used to walk to the store, you know, get what I needed to get, you know, my snacks or whatever. And then it gave me something to do for the day. But I always used to pass the homeless coming off on the exit, and seeing that they were building tents or having tents, and even sometimes walking past that shit at night and they had bonfires, it just opened your eyes and be like, I could be in that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I could be there with my hands, you know, rubbing and stuff like that. And I used to walk so much, I know their system.
Right.
They used to stand out on the corner and, you know, ask for money, but one person had a car.
Right.
I don't know how.
That's why
You
I
know what I'm
said,
saying?
because
One
if
person had a
somebody-
car and they
some-
drive to
somebody's
different
probably
locations.
saving-
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody is saving up money.
Right.
They got a system some type of way. So it's also, Tent City is also, you know, looked at in the other ways. Like some of them may not actually be homeless at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of them might not really be homeless at all. They're just trying to get an early start.
Yeah.
They just getting an early start with the rest of them.
Right.
Maybe
Go
I'm
ahead
just
and-
one of those people that's so soft-hearted that
Maybe.
driving and seeing it, that it just no. I'm just saying, like,
You
I don't.
soft-hearted?
Guys, I'm literally I'm like one of those candies that's like hard on the outside but all good and
See that little
sweet on the
strawberry church.
inside.
So you a Sour Patch
See
Kid.
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
that's
I can't-
for a different
you know what I'm saying?
episode.
Strawberry
Different
church.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
slip-
different. Oh,
You know
my
what I'm
bad.
saying?
My bad.
So just seeing
I
those
steered
tents
to the left a
and
little bit.
seeing it
Nah, I was talking
firsthand,
about
it was
the,
one of
oh,
those
soft on the
situations where it was
inside.
kind of fucked up. Like how we got people out here living like this in our city. Literally, like it's a lot, y'all.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of tents out
Yeah.
here.
So my thing is. Go ahead.
No.
No,
Last
go ahead.
thing.
No,
Last
go
thing.
ahead,
Now,
go
last
ahead,
thing
go
I'm gonna say
ahead,
too
go ahead,
is
go ahead,
with
bro.
all of the gentrification, because it all ties in together.
Yeah.
We was talking about gentrification. I honestly don't think the whole rat thing was that big of a deal out there. I think the media made that shit popping. Like I think that they went and found maybe
One
one or
rat.
two a rat.
Oh my God, it's a rat
Because when you say rat infestation, I should see about four or five rats like congregating. Like I need to see a lot of these motherfuckers just
three
running
is
around.
enough.
Right.
Man.
3 is enough.
So like something
Yes,
like
that's real
but
shit.
I
3
never,
is enough.
But I never saw that, and so I think with everything, you know, with everything that we're trying to do here in Charlotte, the gentrification that they're trying to get squared away, that's just a bad look for their city. When especially the fact that it's
And
entering
it's
the city.
right there at
Right,
the city.
right. So I think that Charlotte is like to the point to where they like, nah, we can't have this here. Y'all got to move this
Because
shit
at
because
the
we
end
got
of the
too
day,
much going on.
it's bringing down money.
Yep,
People is
bringing down
unattractive.
property value and shit.
And
Yeah, all that,
coronavirus
right.
is at an all-time high.
Right.
So you got to think about it. Like it's at the end of the day,
Rats carry
this,
diseases too, though. Still,
Right,
so
right,
like,
right.
it's all about the green dollar with all these situations that we see when we talk about Texas. You know, when we talk about. Well, even Lori Harvey, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the bread. You know what I'm saying? The common denominator is always money. So, I mean, I feel like, you know, no approval should, you know, go down there, you know, and help them out, pass out some water, some snacks, you know, some toiletries.
So we can't pass them out nothing right now.
No, not right now, but we can set up
Well,
something.
we can pull up at
yeah.
the shelter or something
Yeah.
like that.
We can definitely do that.
Shelters, they got the men's shelter right there on Tryon. So I
Yeah.
mean, and I want to go try, you know, look out for the women too.
Yeah,
you know what
go
I'm
And the
saying?
ahead.
kids,
You know, they might need new
the
wigs.
kids.
You know what I'm saying? I might, you know,
Okay, let's talk about like
We-
maybe some socks.
Yeah.
I mean, they might want to
Yeah.
look good too. You know, some
Yeah.
socks, some clothes, a new wig. You know,
Right.
to change out the old one that's
Oh,
been on. You
shit.
know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help.
Damn.
I'm just trying to maybe give her some lashes. You know, she might want to,
You know what? I can't wait.
What happened?
I'm super weak.
What
I'm
happened?
about some getting some lashes. And
What happened?
wigs.
I'm done.
For the homeless?
Y'all too much, man.
They might want to look good, feel good, do good.
They might. You right.
The ones that, you know what I'm saying?
Some of them
trying
might
to
be like that. They might
do
not,
job
you know what I'm saying?
interviews.
Yeah.
I mean, I see where y'all trying to go with it. I do.
I'm
I get it.
not even trying to be funny. Like,
No,
you know,
I
y'all
see
like
it.
to
You
feel
know it.
good. So I would
You know what?
like to have
Yeah.
little lashes. You know, go ahead, pick it up.
Maybe if she feel good inside, she won't feel cold on the outside, huh? Right.
Well, at least her lashes. She could be like, well, at least my lashes done.
Okay.
She can look at the bright side
with
somewhere.
that shit, with the lashes, I think that's where we gonna end it.
So guess what? As we gonna end it today, since y'all want to act like that, fuck all y'all. Middle fingers up.
Hey,
But
shout
you
out to the
already
lashes.
know. Shout out to the lashes. And before we leave, what y'all drinking on?
We
up
over
there?
here sipping on some Trap House.
Trap House.
It's from Sips and Shots.
Y'all got some Trap House. Let me see that. Let me
we
put that on
went-
my live. Y'all see that?
Yeah,
We
speak on
actually
it.
Y'all see
had
that?
the,
It's called Trap
the
House.
luxury of being invited to the Black Girls Pop
Sip and
pop-up
shot.
shop.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that real quick.
It was cool. It was one of those experiences where we have a friend, Bishay Essentials, shop Bishay Essentials, y'all.
One more time for the people.
Shop Bishay Essentials. She got your body oils, your body
Body
butters,
oils. Oh, yeah.
your hair oils,
Long
your
episode.
hair scarves. But it was one of those situations where I've seen my friend start her business to where it is
Mm-hmm.
now. So to be around other Black women mainly that were there.
Mm-hmm.
Black-owned
You had the
businesses.
Candy Apple lady that was there. You
With the
had
boots with the fur?
Big Mouth, the food brand Big Mouth, and she has something called Booze Bottles as well. You had the Sips and Shops. There was a lot of dope people out there.
Right.
So to just be able to network and just
that
to
hair stuff. That
yeah,
Bossed
they
Up,
had the
girl,
Bossed
yeah.
Up. Shout out Bossed Up. Her hair was on point, y'all. And she had her mother there, and the way they had their hair set up and everything.
Yeah.
It was just one of those situations to see Black women just encourage each other.
Pop.
The
They
DJ playing,
was
everybody's
popping.
dancing and just, walking over, trying the samples, actually participating in what people had, trying the fragrances and stuff. So yeah, Black Girls Pop was popping. We gonna be back.
And shout it out one more time for your friend with the.
B Shay Essentials, y'all shop B Shay Essentials on Instagram. Hey, Bree.
B Stay Essentials, Bree.
Yeah.
Cash at me for this promo.
Let's get
But
it.
in
Let's get it.
saying that, you already know it's your favorite voice in Charlotte, North Carolina with the whole crew.
You're
And this no approval. We motherfucking out.
out.
Oh.